Hello and welcome back to the What is K-Pop podcast. Woo! We're in May! Yay. Sister's favourite month because it's her birthday. Her birthday's in May. And it's actually on the 4th of May. So when I'm recording this, that's yeah, who knows? Can't speak. I talk too fast for myself sometimes. We're going to be talking about UDTT, which is a new group that's literally just debuted. And when I tell you, this was so unbelievably funny. Like, this whole thing about UDTT and about how I found out about them. So, they are a five-member girl group under SW Entertainment, who debuted on the 29th of April, so a few days ago, with the single album School Rush. And, oh my god, this is so funny, because it was towards the end of last year, I'm pretty sure, when reports started coming out that this new girl group was going to come out, which we now know to be Hearts to Hearts. They've debuted and they're actually pretty good. I like their music. Okay, so on the 21st of November 2024, it was announced that SW Entertainment would be debuting a new girl group, UDTT. For some reason, in my mind, instead of it being SW, it was SM, right? So I was thinking to myself, oh, this is SM's new girl group. Why they called themselves UDTT? Because the Korean transliteration for it, the translation for it, is something along the lines of like Boy Scouts, or it's just like a similar translation to BTS, which is obviously like Bulletproof Boy Scouts or Bangtan Sonyeondan. So I think it's like Sonyeondan. I think they've taken that bit of it and then put like something else of it. So I was like, okay, why would a group under a very small why would a group under SM debut with a group with a name similar to BTS? So like I didn't question it, because you know what, I don't question these sorts of things anymore, especially given how much my life is just so strange most of the time. So I just didn't even clock it. And then when SM obviously announced Hearts to Hearts, I was like, wait, what about that other group, like UDTT? Like, why are they not debuting? I wasn't really thinking about that. I was like, wait, what about that group, that other group that they were meant to be debuting? Like, are they not debuting them anymore? As it turns out, completely different. Oh my god. So UDTT, literally, like the translation, I've just put it through to Google Translate, and it's Yudang Tangtan Songyudan, which is like the Korean for it, and it translates to the crazy girl group. I love that. That is actually amazing. Wow, okay. So that was kind of like that whole thing. And like I purposefully didn't mention it, didn't say anything about the whole thing, because I was like, you know what? I don't want to have to admit that I made a mistake like that, and just kind of the oddness that might come from the idea that I've just made an error and that this wasn't actually a thing, and that it was a glitch in the matrix or something, because that it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest that I actually can't speak, mistaken them like that. So I was just like, okay, whatever, I'll just kind of move on with life. So then obviously, like, time goes by, Hearts to Hearts debuts, and they do relatively well. I talk about them. And then it kind of gets to May time, not May time, what am I talking about? April time. And I see something about UDTT debuting. And I'm like, huh? I didn't? I didn't malfunction? This is like an actual group. And so I like kind of was just vaguely like, okay, whatevs. And I didn't know obviously who the lineup was because I was just like, I don't even, I'm too scared now to to check anything. But no, they are an actual group. They have debuted, and we are talking about them today. So a quick history on SW Entertainment first. They opened up as a subsidiary of SW Media Group to handle and manage things in the field of production and entertainment, which includes K-pop. It's based on the discovery and nurturing of newcomers in each field and global content production. Their goal is to plan and produce new media content in the line with the trend of the Korean wave and then move forward into the world. And in January 2023, they revealed their upcoming girl group Free Piece, then known as On Air, becoming the first group produced by the company. I wonder, have they been doing well? Because obviously I've not heard of them before. Obviously free. Members. They did have a few members pre-debut, but they left. Fair enough. You haven't done too much, just digital singles, but I'm like, fair enough. You know, you're under a small company, so yeah. And then obviously on the 21st of November 2024, they released the logo for that upcoming girl group, created SNS channels, social media channels, and set to debut this year. And apparently there was like a weird thing with a different company clarifying that there were two different entities, and you know, it was mixed up. How could it be mixed up when they have absolutely nothing to do? It doesn't even say that they have anything to do with each other. They had Neon Punch in there, so they did have Neon Punch, but they disbanded, which is unfortunate. Obviously, that would have just been cut out, but I was just like pondering for a moment, like just reading all the information. UDTT. That's such a strange name. I love it. So they originally had, five members. Then one of them left, and then literally within a week of their debut, they were like, actually, we want a fifth member. So they have five members again. Yeah. So it contains Riasco, Chan, Chae-hee, Kuhana, Jessica, and Kwon Yejin. The original fifth member was Jung Sena, who left the group on the 26th of March 2025. Released their pre-debut track Retry on the 11th of December 2024, and they officially debuted on the 29th of April 2025 with their first single album, School Rush. Now, I'm just going to be honest, that is terrifying. Like, to have to really quickly rework all of that stuff, because I know it's often kind of thought of that these groups and these companies have a very long time to make comebacks kind of quick, and that, like, you know, you can produce something quickly, but actually no, especially when it's like a very small company. So for example, prevalent in right now is Gnarly by Cat's Eye. That song was written in 2023 supposedly, and obviously it makes like references to like Tesla, with Elon Musk and stuff. And while I don't think a song would ever reference Tesla written in 2025, things were different in 2023. So obviously the lyrics would have reflected the world that we were living in 2023, even though it isn't actually that much different, but you know what I mean. So when a company decides, you know what, we're gonna start thinking about who we might want in our next girl group. So for example, with Hearts to Hearts, the company might have started to look into potentially making another girl group in like 2021, obviously very shortly after aespa had come onto the scene, because you know, you want to kind of outline an idea of, we want X amount of trainees, we want to go with this sort of concept, we want to debut them around about this sort of time. We found out kind of about some of the trainees in 2023, like pretty sure like October 2023. They didn't actually debut until like February 2025, and those trainees might not even be in the group, but like that shows you how long plans take to kind of come to fruition. So going from having 5 members on the 25th of March down to 4 very quickly, having to like regroup and kind of figure things out. Then the company only like a couple of weeks later being like, actually, we're going to put out a new member, we're going to add in a new member, and them having to like plan the audition process, plan how that girl's going to then be implemented, and plan it so that the girls can then meet each other and get to know each other and make sure that this girl knows the routines. That is extremely quick. And I kind of wonder, obviously I've not like seen any performances of Eden. Honestly, you Dang Tang Tang girls, I've not seen any performances of them. I just kind of wonder how it's going. Like, is it as much of a train wreck as I'm imagining it in my head? It probably isn't. It probably looks fine because the new girl was a former contestant on a couple of Survivor shows and stuff. So it probably isn't awful, but it's also a very interesting kind of situation to be in, and not one that I would ever like to be put in the slightest. So yeah, their official greeting is 2-3. Oops, hello, we are UDTT. We don't currently know the fandom, nor the fandom meaning, or the official colour, which might fair enough, they only just debuted. Risako, I think her name is actually pronounced. Irie Risako. She is a leader, vocalist, and dancer born on the 7th of June 1997. Also, I just want to quickly say that a lot of smaller companies will tend to debut like older K-pop trainees. So obviously, she's 27, and that would apparently, from YG's standpoint, that's usually the age in which you retire from K-pop. So if you want to see like older trainees that probably had a bit more experience, go for smaller companies, because those companies will tend to debut older K-pop idols, especially if you want to like, especially for concepts that like you don't want to see minors do. Go to smaller companies. You will like it. Hopefully, I don't know. She is a Gemini and an Ox, and she's Japanese. She was the first member to be revealed on the 24th of November 2024. She is the smallest member. She was a contestant on Girls Planet 999, eliminated in episode 8. And she used to be under IME Korea in 2022 to 2023 and Biscuit Entertainment in 2021. And she worked as a backup dancer for major Japanese artists since her childhood. See what I mean? She's got experience, and that's something that you don't tend to see a lot with younger idol trainees, like 15 years old. You don't tend to see that. So as much as I'm sure companies are like, yeah, get them real fucking young, man, we can pump them for all they're worth. That's not me saying that, but a lot of like bigger companies do that, and they want to have them young so then they can milk them for all their worth. But if you want to see older idols who have more experience, like I said, Biscuit Entertainment, they hopefully have a group coming soon. I don't know. Nate from Fantasia, they just had a 98 liner join and Lunate. And team has K. He was 24 when they debuted. Trying to remember off the top of my head. There's a group with members who have all served. I know, like the youngest members, I think it's like 28 to maybe 30 by now. Yeah, no, I think that's it. I think that's all I can think of. My mind's blank now. Which, I mean, isn't it always? I joke. Next one we have is Han Chae-hee. She is a sub-vocalist born on the 13th of November 2001, making her a Scorpio and a Snake. Also, a lot of the time these smaller companies tend to have bigger age gaps between their members too. So you're trading one for another, really. The reason why I say that is because I'm always kind of wary of these groups that have big age gaps, because I'm like, what do these girls talk about? Like, genuinely, what do they talk about outside of work if they're actually friends? Like, do you, like, talk about the weather? Because I talk about the weather to my parents a lot. But, I mean, that's because I like talking about the weather. Like, What do you talk about? Yeah, because it's the same age gap between me and my sister. 4 years. She was revealed as the 5th member, and she used to be a former pre-debut member of GIG and was under Cup Entertainment, which I have never heard about. And a song she recommends is Psycho by Red Velvet. I actually would recommend the cover that TVXQ did. I love that one so much more than the original, and I like the original too. Next one we have is Koo Hyun Kyung. She is main vocalist and a dancer, born on the 20th of January 2004, making her an Aquarius and a goat. She was revealed as the 2nd member and was a contestant on My Teenage Girl, eliminated in episode 3, and she has been under a few different companies. She was under iMe Korea, Pocket Doll Studio, Beats Entertainment, and Biscuit Entertainment. She was under Biscuit at the same time as the other member that I've talked about, and I've forgotten her name already. Next one we have is Jessica Liu Yuting, or Yuk Woo Jung. She was born on the 17th of February 2005, making her an Aquarius and a Rooster. And she's from Beijing, China. She used to be under International Star Family from 2019 to 2021, PI Corporation from 2024 to 2025, Gold Dust Entertainment from 2023 to 2024, Moai Entertainment in 2025. However, she never actually signed a contract with Moai Entertainment. She is a former member of the children's girl group Is Girl from 2019 to 2021, and a pre-debut member of B-Wave and I Met You in 2024 and 2025, and E11IVYN in 2025. However, that was the group from Mao Entertainment. She officially debuted as a soloist on the 17th of July 2022. She was on Trang Asia Thailand in 2024, where she made the finals and ranked 18th, and on Time Turner in 2024, where she ranked 3rd, earning a spot on the final line of I Met You. However, she left the group on the 17th of January 2025 before the debut. That was a lot of information. She's former what am I saying? She is friends with Triple S's Shinwi, CSR's Duna, and former Universe Ticket contestant Yona, and more idols. And she is currently studying, I guess, at Berklee College of Music under the Music Performance Department. She trained for 6 to 7 years and revealed as a new member on their debut. And for last of current members, we have Kwon Yejin. She is a sub-vocalist and a maknae, born on the 26th of June 2006, member, making her a Cancer and a dog. And she was revealed as the 3rd member on the 26th of November 2024. She was a contestant on the survival show Universe Ticket, where she was eliminated on episode 4, ranking at 72nd. The cat's somewhere. She's Mawan. At least I think she could be jelly, I don't know. And lastly, we have Jung Sena. Jung Seung Ha. Hello, Petal. You're okay, darling. It's alright. She is a main rapper, sub-vocalist, and maknae. You're going to end up destroying my puzzle if you're not careful, Petal. Yeah, I know, darling. I know. The door's closed, isn't it? She was born on the 22nd of November 2006, making her a Libra and a dog. And she was revealed as a 4th member on the 27th of November 2024. She graduated from a dance department, winning the 2021 Dance and Opera Award and the SAC Competition Special Prize. And she officially left the group on the 26th of March due to personal reasons. I don't know why I'm making that noise as though I'm speculating if it was actually personal reasons. Oh my god. Okay, so I was just reading a comment. It says, from Hannah, says, Yuting, what? I stand 3 groups and Yuting was in that 3 groups. Obviously the 3 groups she was in. I'm really happy that she's been debuting in UDTT, since I was happy that she was in 11. I guess that's how you pronounce it. I was so confused. It clocked. That makes sense. But she didn't have an official contract, so she left, and I actually didn't expect her here. As a UDTT pre-debut fan and a Yuting fan, I'm so happy. Then another person put, man, the girl is already 20 and already has a law too complicated for me to follow. I'm aware of the three groups thing, but genuinely, why has she been bounced around so much? Anyone know more? Anyone know more about why? She could have probably left 11 because she didn't sign a proper contract and they just didn't want her. Or like they put her in the group thinking that she would look good and then just ended up not liking the visuals. Or maybe she didn't get on with her group mates. I don't know. There's a lot of like weird possibilities with like things like that, but I don't know. And then Hannah replied again, saying, "For real, I don't know why. I just know that she left I Met You because she didn't want to be a TikToker, and then she appeared in 11 in 1 to 2 vids, but her contract wasn't signed, so she wasn't really in 11. I think that she's definitely in UDTT. I mean, the possibility is that like when she was kind of put in for 11, it wasn't like an act, she might have just been kind of shoved in there as like a placeholder, perhaps. I don't know, maybe like because she didn't sign like an actual proper contract, I guess we'll never really know. But yeah, that is UDTT. Such a strange name. I do hope they do well. You know, I always hope that for these groups and stuff. I never want any group to not succeed. Well, maybe one, maybe. No, no, I genuinely want all these people to succeed in life because you know what? They deserve it. They've worked hard. That's been UDTT. I will be making episodes whenever I feel like it. So it could be every day, it could be every other day, it could just be whenever I feel like it. I just want to have a bit of fun. Yeah, that has been all, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon. Bye.